Hey, how's it going? This is Eric at MadJacks Snow Sports. So today I want to talk about just how to get the MadJacks set up and sized for a boot. So the important thing to remember about sizing the MadJacks, whether you have the small medium or the medium large, is that you need to adjust the sole plate or the foot plate so that it's sized appropriately for the boot that you're using. Alright, so as you know, the MadJacks, first if you release the back strap here, you can open up the MadJacks, and then if you go ahead and open up the foot strap as well, there are two screws on the top of the foot plate, one here in the back and one here up in the front. The important thing is that when we adjust this, we want to make sure that the toe of the snowboard boot is sitting right at the very front edge of is lined up with the front edge of the foot plate. When you get the front of the snowboard boot lined up with the front edge of the foot plate of the MadJacks, then that also means that the heel of the snowboard boot needs to be not overhanging the heel of the foot plate. So for example, if I go ahead and try to close this up, right, and get it in that back locked position, you can see the toe is hanging way over the front of the MadJacks. So we need to move the foot plate forward. Alright, so now to go ahead and adjust the foot plate, first I'm going to just go ahead and release the high back down. I'm going to pull this open, and then I'm going to loosen these two screws here just a couple turns each. So I go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I don't want to take them all the way out. You know, I can, but mostly we just don't need to. Now the footbed or the foot plate can be extended out as far as we need to go. And if you're having trouble because it's kind of clicking a little bit, again, you can just go ahead and loosen these a little bit more if you need to. Alright, now with the foot plate loosened, I can go ahead and take the snowboard boot, place it on the MadJacks, and what I'm going to do to get the right adjustment is first I'm going to push the high back all the way up, go ahead and get it locked out, and then push the snowboard boot as far back as I can. So that now, notice the heel doesn't go of the MadJacks, or the snowboard boot doesn't go past the heel of the MadJacks. And then I can look at the toe, and we see on this setting, the toe of the snowboard boot is lined up with the toe edge of the MadJacks. So that's a good setting on the length here, and then you can see now there's a slight gap between the foot plate and the heel plate. Alright, now that I've got the MadJacks foot plate lined up properly, I'm just going to go ahead and take the snowboard boot out. I can loosen the high back just to give myself a little space. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to make sure that these, you can see there's these little tines here together. You want to just make sure that they're lined up and there's no gap in there. And I can just hold that in place, and then I can go back in and tighten these screws down. Give them a good tighten. And now we've got a properly sized set of MadJacks. Alright, so once again, Eric here, just going through how to properly size the MadJacks for a snowboard boot. So again, the important thing is when the high back's all the way up and the heel's all the way back, you want to make sure that the toe of the snowboard boot is lined up with the toe edge of the MadJacks. And we did that by adjusting the foot plate with the two screws on the top of the MadJacks. Thanks again. We'll see you on the slopes.